Hi everybody, welcome to Weekend Confirms Question of the Week. I'm Indy Jeff Mattas. This week's question comes from G Shepherd 1. He says, this is a doozy, he says, name your top 5 favorite video games, plus why do you love them? Well, honestly, and I got to be perfectly honest and sort of preface this, I did sit down and make a quick sort of, top 5 games off the top of my head. But really it's sort of like asking, a film enthusiast what his top 5 favorite films of all time are. The list typically, you get 5 out that are like, oh yeah, these are great, and then you start second guessing yourself. So anyway, this is my top 5 as I came up with it today. You ask me tomorrow, this might change slightly, but anyway, I stand by these choices as great games. The first Deus Ex, Half-Life 2, Red Dead Redemption, the original System Shock, and I have Skyrim and San Andreas on here as 2, so that's, I guess, technically 6. But really, sort of the things that really pull me into video games and sort of make them stand out as my favorite experiences, it typically has to do with a very strong narrative component. It's a world that puts me in a world that I really don't normally get a chance to explore on a day-to-day basis. So there is sort of an element of escapism. I'm a big fan of open world stuff. Obviously, I mean, we got Red Dead and Skyrim on here, and San Andreas, and to a lesser degree, Half-Life 2 is it's not really open world, but it's got very, very large levels that are sort of, you can explore and sort of make your way through and figure stuff out. Anyway, those are sort of the main elements, the story, and I also noticed that a lot of these are in fact, all of these are shooters. That's sort of ironic, actually, because there are plenty of games out there that I like that aren't shooters. I just think that these, because this genre's been around and is very established, and people are always trying to sort of push it to the next level, you see a lot of really interesting sort of innovations in the space that sort of stand out from the pack, because a lot of, there is a lot of sameness there too. So the really good shooters and the really good open world games really sort of, capture my imagination and pull me in. And so, yeah, that's sort of the long and the short of it. I won't go into too much detail about why I like each of these games individually, because a lot of them, like I said, it really just ties back to story and the ability to explore sort of a fully realized world. San Andreas I put on here over the other GTA games because it was sort of the largest. It wasn't necessarily the tightest game of the series, but it was sort of the largest out there, and that really plays into, being able to explore a massive world and, play around with a bunch of toys that they give you. The jetpack in there was fantastic, and all the planes, and it was just a really great game, really great sandbox experience. Anyway, long story short, thanks for the question.
Like a lot of things on them.
Yeah! See you next week. I'm out!